And we are ready to go for some Tampa softball. Friday night at the Namoli Family Stadium. Thank you for tuning in on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. I'm Taylor Storthy, and we've got the classic Sunshine State Conference rivalry, the Florida Southern Mocs and Tampa Spartans. Tampa enters on a team record 25-game winning streak. They had set it earlier this season and have continued to stay strong. They're also 12-0 to open up conference play with a 29-1 record. Meanwhile, Florida Southern is 7-26. They've been on a 4-game losing stretch where they've scored 1 run over the last 27 innings. Their offense is not going to get a reprieve. Gwen McGinnis gets the Game 1 start for Tampa. McGinnis has struck out 67 over 65 innings, and in 12 appearances with 8 starts, she has boasted an 11-0 record. She and Mariah Galehouse have been stellar pitchers for the Spartans this season. And as a staff, Tampa's had a 0.98 ERA. As a pitching staff, they allow less than 1 run per game. So it'll be up to Florida Southern to try to break through the Spartans' defense. Leading off is Kate Michael. She'll be followed by Kara Morris. Batting third is Shelby Valencia. Batting fourth, Melissa Kessler. Fifth is the designated player, Shelby Savitt, with Jaden Bushnell batting sixth. Batting seventh is Morgan Roden, with Gabby Young in eighth. Rounding out the order is Emma Lucchesi, the second base player. It'll be Kayla Hickey in the circle for Florida Southern. 0-2 back-to-back strikes from Gwen McGinnis, as Tampa look to continue the longest winning streak in Spartans history. They've also set their best conference start in Spartans history, as there's a swing and a miss, a 3-pitch strikeout to start the game for McGinnis. Tampa's 12-0 record is also a team record according to the superlatives. They were last updated in 2024 with Gwen McGinnis's no-hitter against Post University. And alongside the winning streak, that'll need to be updated for it later this year. A best conference start will need to be updated, as Tampa hopes to make it 13-0 today. 0-1 count now for Morris. Fouled back 0-2. Morris gets on base at a .309 rate, a .238 batting average. She has the third highest qualified average for the Florida Southern team. Michael and Valencia both over 300, the team leaders on offense. Swing and a miss. 6 pitches, 2 strikeouts. McGinnis on fire to start the game. Shouldn't be a surprise, though. Gwen McGinnis is a strikeout savant. This year in the circle, averaging over a 7 K through 7 on the year. The strikeout leader for Tampa. First pitch to Valencia. Fouled for strike 1. Valencia has done a great job of getting on base. A .429 on-base percentage, a .378 average, leading the team in qualified batting for both those categories. Ball 1. The immaculate inning comes to a close as McGinnis misses outside for the first time. Had 6 straight strikes and a 7th to open the at-bat, but now here's a 1-1 count. Hit to third. It will be a 9-pitch inning for Gwen McGinnis. 2 strikeouts and a quick ground out to Alexa Russo, and the side is retired.
how we're creating tomorrow.
And we are ready to go for the bottom of the first. The Tampa Spartans and Florida Southern Mocs opening up their weekend series. Here's your Spartans starting lineup. Lauren Fantone leads off, followed by Lily Keister. Kenna Kreidler bats in third, with Mariah Galehouse in cleanup. Batting fifth, Alexa Russo. Batting sixth, Abby Solt. Batting seventh, Kate DeSimone. Batting eighth, DiMartino. And Kenzie Reynolds rounds out the order. This is the standard starting nine for the Spartans, as the count goes 1-0 to Fantone. These nine have been active for most of the season for you, Tampa. DeSimone recently asserting herself as the starting designated player. She also has had 11 appearances in the circle this year. I imagine she'll get a start this weekend, as the count goes 1-1. But for now, it's Lauren Fantone leading off. She is batting .352 this season. .354, .409, .448 this season. 3 doubles, 3 triples, and she'll get ahead 2-1. Her and Lily Keister are great players at getting on base to start the game. Keister, a team-leading .391 average for all qualified batters. As a team, Tampa's batting .299 on the season. Nice off-speed offering to make it 2-2. Hinckley finds the zone. Hinckley enters with a .415 ERA, and in 17 appearances is 3-6. Her .415 ERA is her best for all the Mocs starters in the circle, and she gets a strikeout to start us off. Swing and a miss. So one away to bring up Lily Keister. Des Aitken has been the ace for Florida Southern with 14 starts, but Hickey has been a bit stronger, 25 points better for ERA, and in just 7 starts has 5 complete games. She begins her 60th inning of the season with a strikeout. Ball 1 taken down low. Hit down the line and foul. Takes a hop to the left. It's 1-1. One and one now to Keister, who's had an incredible season, alongside a very strong Spartans tenure. She's going to drop the bunt, but it's foul, strike 2. Keister has been a little more strikeout prone than Fantone this year, 12 in the season. Here comes the 1-2. Hit up the middle and foul. It looked like it was going to be bouncing right towards Hickey, but just went the other way. And it's good news for Keister. She would have been out if that was a fair ball. Inside, ball 2. Good take by Keister as the count levels up. Line drive, and the Spartans have a base runner. Young was able to get there in center field, preventing a double. 1 on and 1 away. That'll bring Kenna Kreidler to the plate. Kreidler is very much the future of the Spartans offense, but also succeeding in the present. 288, 438, 411 slash line. Doesn't have as much power as some of the Spartan power threats like Galehouse and Russo, but did have a home run in the previous homestand in Sunshine State Conference play. She'll take ball 1. Kreidler's specialty is getting on base. A team-leading 21 walks in 2025. What's even crazier is that she's drawn that many walks with Mariah Galehouse, one of the best batters in D2, right behind her. Nice breaking ball. 1-1. That Hickey changeup reminds me a lot of Mariah Galehouse. Her go-to off-speed offering is her changeup, which generates a ton of called strikes and whiffs. Down to the dirt. Good block by Roden. The Florida Southern defense sees Valencia at third, Bushnell at second, Lucchesi at second, or Bushnell at short, Lucchesi at second, and Kessler at first. Morse, Young, and Michael is the outfield from left to right. Roden forms the battery. 2-2 now for Kreidler, fouling that one away. That just misses for ball 3. Went back to the changeup. That looked good, but just outside. Galehouse on deck. Will Kreidler work the walk and put the Spartans in a very dangerous spot? Not yet. We'll foul this one away. Tampa's Ohtani is hungry and ready to go on deck. Playing out in right field today, will take the circle tomorrow later in the series. Try to improve on her 0.48 ERA in 2025. Foul. It is pretty crazy how Galehouse has managed an 0.48 ERA throughout 73 innings this season. Dominance in the circle, 35 strikeouts, just 4 walks in that span, holding opponents to 201 batting average against. Payoff pitch again to Kenna Kreidler. Ball 4. Just missing outside, and Galehouse has 2 base runners. Quick conference in the circle for Hickey. Florida Southern in a little bit of trouble, so they'll talk things over. Galehouse and Russo are 2 players you really don't want to see in this situation. Russo with her .482 slugging percentage. Galehouse boasting a .373, .475, .578 slash line. Also has 15 walks of her own this season. Also got hit by 2 pitches back in the same game earlier in the year. That was during out-of-conference play, I believe, against West Liberty or Adelphi. It was part of that weekend series of matchups. So now Galehouse ready to go. Her 31st game of the season. She'll take down low, almost gets away from Roden. 1-0. Tampa have brought home 168 runs this season, 151 of them RBIs. Fouled. 1-1 now to Galehouse. I think that one stung a bit for Galehouse as she walked over towards the dugout for a second, giving herself time to get composed. I think that really choked her up for the foul ball. Here comes the 1-1 from Hickey. Down in the dirt. Roden stays on top of it. Runners stay put. Makes sense as to why you'd pitch away from Galehouse. But you definitely don't want to be put in a position where you need to give her a challenge offering. Because more often than not, she'll make you pay. We're also going to see players already headed out to warm up. Amanda Lieberman to the bullpen. Foul, 1-2. An important strike for Hickey to level up the count at 2-2. Well, this has been a long first inning for Hickey, already at 23 pitches. Alongside that, only 1 out with 2 base runners. Ball 3. Close call. Full count for Yale House. Don't think the runners will be stealing, but maybe they take a larger lead as Hickey gets set for the payoff pitch. Rolled on the ground. And she'll be out by a full step. Galehouse a little slow out of the box. Both runners advance. 2 away for Alexa Russo.
For the Spartans, third base, number 33, Alexa Russo.
Russo has went yard twice this season. Has recorded 23 RBIs. Tied for second with Abby Solt, right behind Galehouse, who leads with 25. Ball 1. Russo is batting .282, 304, 482 on her slash line. Doesn't always get on base, but when she does, it's usually because she has crushed the ball all the way to the gaps or to the wall. Foul, 1-1. Not an easy series of at-bats for Hinkie. Fantone and Keister are a tricky duo to manage as the leadoff players. Then you have to face Kreidler, Galehouse, Russo, and then Solt all back-to-back. Solt might have to wait for the next inning. Here's the 1-1. 1-2. Russo a little early on the changeup. One more strike and Hickey's out of the jam. Can Russo stay alive here? What is Hickey thinking? Go back to the changeup. Go with a fastball. Maybe a breaking ball. Down to the dirt. Rodin has been put to work today with multiple blocks needed. 2-2 count to Alexa Russo. Floated to short, and it's caught. The side is retired. Hickey is able to get out of the jam. Gets a strikeout, but also concedes 2 base runners who are left on board.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
In the late 1920s, the prospect of a Hillsborough High student enrolling in college was bleak. The nation was in the throes of the Great Depression. Businesses were failing, and many of Tampa's beautiful waterfront homes were left abandoned. The principal at Hillsborough High, Frederick Spalding, didn't see these barriers. He only saw bright young students who were in need of a place to continue their learning. In 1931, collegiate-level course
Kessler, Savitt, Bushnell, due up. Top of the second underway at Namoli Family Stadium. I'm Taylor Storley. You're watching on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Tampa had 2 base runners, but they couldn't convert in scoring position. Now it'll be the defense ready to go again. Strike 1. Gwen McGinnis had a 9-pitch first inning. 1 ball and 8 strikes. One of those strikes was sent on the ground to Russo, who got the final out of the inning. This one sent upwards and behind home plate. 2 strikes. Would have been just out of reach for Kreidler. I think it might have bounced off the net, too. Outside, ball 1. No swing and a miss there from Kessler. She keeps the bat on her shoulder. She has a 191, 276, 279 slash line, and she'll foul this one backwards. Ball two. Kessler staying alive, keeping the bat on her shoulder. Popped up. Russo makes the catch, braving the sun. One away to start the inning. That'll bring up Savage. For the season, Savage batting .233, has featured in 18 of the Florida Southern games this year. Florida Southern actually has more games than the Spartans, and she'll get an extra base hit. Went on the very first pitch and will stroll into second for a one-out double.
Shortstop number 16, Jaden Bushner.
So one away for McGinnis to Bushnell. Strike one on the outside corner. There's a bunt that is caught by Kreidler. They try to advance the runner to third, but it backfires. Two away now to bring up Roden.
Batting second, catcher number 10, Morgan Roden.
Roden's had a busy day behind home plate as the catcher. Foul, 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. One more strike, and McGinnis would escape the jam. Ball one. That makes the count 1-2. Tipped it, actually. 0-2. Still 0-2, stays alive. Hit on the ground to Russo. The first inning ended on a 5-3 ground out. The second inning ends on a 5-3 ground out. Two shutout innings for McGinnis, and we'll head to the bottom of the second when we return.
In the late 1920s, the prospect of a Hillsborough High student enrolling in college was bleak. The nation was in the throes of the Great Depression. Businesses were failing, and many of Tampa's beautiful waterfront homes were left abandoned. The principal at Hillsborough High, Frederick Spalding, didn't see these barriers. He only saw bright young students who were in need of a place to continue their learning. In 1931, collegiate-level courses were offered at Hillsborough High. This would later become the University of Tampa. On August 2, 1933, Spalding arrived at the doors of Plant Hall with a 100-year lease from the city and a firm resolve, and with the turn of a key, opened the door to the University of Tampa. In its fledgling years, UT was fortunate if it could collect half of the tuition due from its students. It was only through the dedication of its professors, who worked without pay, that the university survived the Great Depression. Over the next several decades, UT grew slightly, enrolling up to 1,800 at times, starting several sports teams, and even began accepting students from other areas of the country. But in the early 90s, the growth seemed to stand still, even stop. UT needed new life, some passion. UT needed strong leadership.
Bottom of the second, Solt, DeSimone, DiMartino due up for you, Tampa. We're tied to begin the brand new frame. Ball one as Hickey continues in the circle. At the same time as this game, Tampa baseball takes on Florida Southern on the road. The Mocs and Spartans also have a 3-game series. One match today, a doubleheader tomorrow. That's an exciting one between the Mocs and Spartans, the number 1 and number 8 ranked teams in the nation facing off. 2-0 count now for Russo. Even though this matchup is always exciting for a rivalry, this one looks a little less exciting on paper. But so far, both pitchers have done a great job in the opening frames. Solt takes in the inside corner, 2-1. Can't get ahead 3-0 this time around. Solt's batting .315 entering today. Strike two. Change up, just floating into the zone. Line drive up the middle, and Solt gets on with a leadoff single right out of reach of Hickey. 1 on, no one out for the Spartans. That brings Kate DeSimone to the plate with DiMartino on deck. Corners playing in for the box. Because DiMartino's going to drop a bunt down. And they don't get out number 1 as it's dropped by the first base player. It was a fair ball on the bunt. Rodin's throw to Rodin's throw to Lucchesi was on time, but the second base player could not handle the throw. So it's an error that puts DeSimone aboard and puts Solt to third. DiMartino now inherits a huge run-scoring position. Corners also playing somewhat in. But she'll swing away, swing and a miss for strike 1. We also saw Bushnell run to second, ready for a stolen base attempt. Wonder if Tampa might be thinking of a double steal here. Tampa have tried 36 stolen bases. They have been successful 33 times. Runner stays put, but the ball is in the dirt. So Rodin will fire it to third. And thanks to the hesitation, DeSimone reaches scoring position. No double play opportunity on the board. That wouldn't help them prevent a run here. They just need to get outs. 1-1 from Hickey. Fouled 1-2. Two strikes to DiMartino. Hits a short. All runners stay put, and the throw gets into the dugout. Solt goes down hard at third. She'll reach home. I think it'll be DiMartino at third as the ball went out of play. I think that Solt had a hard landing on her ankle sliding into the base. There's a ground ball hit to Bushnell, who blocked it, forcing the runners at second and third back. And in going back, Solt has picked up an injury. We'll take a quick breather. We'll be right back. So we're ready to resume. Abby Solt exiting the game. Really positive sign is that she's able to walk off on her own power, but does look like she's picked up an ankle or leg injury of some kind. Hopefully, she is all right. The Spartans scored 2 runs on the throwing error. Bushnell throwing it back to Valencia. Couldn't get it to the third base player. It went into the dugout, and because of that, the play was called dead, which allowed DeSimone to advance 2 bases alongside Solt, making it a 2-0 Spartan lead. DiMartino is in scoring position as well. Kenzie Reynolds will be at the plate.
Batting ninth for the Spartans, second base, number 20, Kenzie Reynolds.
That will count as a base hit for DiMartino. I think it should have been a fielder's choice with the error on the play. But hey, I don't manage the stats. I am not in a position to argue with our City Hall as the count is ready to go at 0-0 for Reynolds. Foul, 0-1. Two errors so far for Florida Southern in the inning. The error here from Bushnell, and then the Roden error to Kessler. Those are plays that would have either kept the game tied or would have gotten some crucial outs for Hickey. Now stays in trouble. Outside, ball 1. Reynolds, I think, was squaring up for a bunt, but pulled away as it missed. One count from Hickey to the second base player. Popped up and foul, 1-2. Reynolds batting an even 200, 228, 273 slash line. Only 3 extra base hits, a triple and 2 doubles. That won't be extra bases. She will be out by a step, 2 away, as Bushnell gets her throw to first in time. DiMartino stays put, 2 away for the top of the order, and Lauren Fantone.
Batting for the Spartans, number 8, Lauren Fantone.
Fantone started her day with a strikeout and will take inside for ball 1. That's going to miss. 2-0. Fantone with a pretty big lead. Hit on the ground at first. Picked up, and that'll be out number 2.
Number 3, Lily Keister.
Lily Keister with 2 away and a runner at third. Keister had a single earlier. Ball 1. Hit on the ground a second. More than enough time, though, for Lucchesi to get the final out. Tampa brings home 2 on that throwing error. 1 run unearned, 1 run earned. Hickey completes 2 innings, but can't hold on to the tie game. Top of the third coming up next.
satisfaction of investing.
So we're ready to go with a brand new inning. Defensive change sees D. Simone go from DP to first base player. That is unsurprisingly because of Abby Soltz picking up the injury in the previous inning. Hopefully Soltz is all right, was able to walk off the field after picking up the injury. Blooper over the head of DiMartino, leadoff single for Florida Southern. Don't know if the sun got in the way for DiMartino. It was going to be a very tricky play. Would have had to range back to make the catch. It's a leadoff single for the Mocs. There was no perfect game or no hit bid for McGinnis. She had given up a hit in the previous inning. It's a second one now for the Mocs offense. McGinnis holds opponents to a sub-200 average over the course of the year. There's strike one in the outside corner. Tampa's infield was crashing in for the bunt. And that's foul, 2 strikes. That might get rid of the bunting opportunity now. So bad luck for Lucchesi. 0-2 count for Gwen McGinnis. Bunt popped up and caught in foul territory by Kreidler. Would have been out number 1 no matter what, because if that drops, it was bunted foul. So that would have been a bunt out. But instead, it's just a pop out. Michael ready to go, had a strikeout to start the ball game. It's been a good year for Michael, though. She's batting .337, .382, .495. Has one of 2 home runs for the Mocs batting lineup this year. Andy Simone just loses the ball in foul territory. It landed right by the net, 0-1. The Spartans continue their matchup on the road for baseball this weekend. Myself and Jack Ike will be at home on April Fool's Day for a Tuesday Spartan baseball matchup. As that's fouled backwards, 0-2. Tampa's, however, trailing 2-0 to Florida Southern on the road at Henley Field. Tomorrow, weekend action continues with more beach volleyball and Tampa's men's lacrosse traveling on the road to take Rollins. 1-2. Gwen McGinnis might have been robbed of a strikeout there. Fastball just missed. Michael gets another try. Swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts for Gwen McGinnis. Fouled away. New at bat begins with strike 1 for Morris. Morris was also a strikeout victim previously. 2-0 U Tampa lead. 1 base runner aboard, tying run at the plate for Florida Southern. Runner goes, throw to second. They get the runner out by a country mile to end the inning. Doesn't matter that it would have been an 0-2 count. Young is not successful in stealing the base. Now we're headed to the bottom of the third. 2-0 Tampa leads.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Ready to resume in the circle is Hickey. Gave up 2 runs in the previous inning, although 2 errors were also had by the Florida Southern defense. Let's see how Hickey does here against Kreidler, Galehouse, and Russo, the heart of the Spartans order. We'll also wait and see if Abby Stolt will re-enter the game or not. Stolt was getting checked out at the dugout after leaving the game with an injury. First pitch to Kenna Kreidler, ball 1. Ball 2. That one misses down low. Ball 3. 3 immediately for Kreidler. She might get aboard with a leadoff walk. On deck is Galehouse. That barely hits the zone for strike 1. Hit down the line and foul. Still 3-2 now. The count has gone full. Payoff pitch with Galehouse on deck. Ball 4. And Kreidler gets the leadoff walk. Takes a little bit longer, but that actually just helps extend the pitch count for Hickey. She's now at 55 through 2.0 innings. Will she have another long at bat with Mariah Galehouse? The bunt goes foul for strike 1. Oh, and 1. Kreidler headed back to first. A little bit of confusion, I think, trying to see whether that was a strike or a foul. I think the Tampa coaches were hoping that it was strike 1 that was missed because Kreidler was able to advance safely to second, but I don't know, a little bit of a chaotic play there. Gale squares up again, strike 2. That was dropped by Roden, but Kreidler safe at first. That wasn't foul, that was just missed this time. Roden has the ball get away from her. Kreidler into second safely. 1 and 2. And that's great news for Mariah Galehouse, who was unable to advance the runner via sacrifice before, but the missed command does the job for her. Ball 2. Kreidler back in scoring position. Russo on deck after Galehouse. Foul. Stays 2 and 2. Two coming up from Hickey. Fouled. Galehouse protecting and staying alive. Two from Hickey. Fouled again. A lot of foul balls in a row from Galehouse. Hickey still has one ball to give in the at-bat. And Galehouse drives that foul down the line. That lands right in the Spartan bullpen, which is empty. Actually, I need to correct myself. It is not empty. Can't tell whether that's McGinnis or someone else getting some stretching and tossing. That potentially could be Kelsey Winters. Doesn't look like it's Kate DeSimone. She's playing first base, so it wouldn't make sense if she was warming up. Hit sharply to short. Runner stays put at second. Galehouse out by a step, one away. Good play by Bushnell. Here comes Alexa Russo. Now got to keep an eye on the on-deck circle to see if there is a replacement coming up for Abby Solt. Russo now with a runner in scoring position. Fouled, strike one. Looks like Abby Solt is in the on-deck circle. So it looks like she will be making a return to the game, although she's been replaced on defense. That's understandable, where she got a chance to swing the bat, but not have to worry about playing defense as the count goes 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Down the line and foul, 1-2 from Russo. Pitch count still climbing for Hickey. Roll to second. Will be a close play. Russo out, 2 away. Good play there by Lucchesi to get the throw to first. And Abby Solt has a base runner at third, looking to keep the inning alive.
Number 13, Abby Solt.
Good to see Solt doing all right. Probably is missing a little bit of speed at the plate, thanks to the injury picked up. But it doesn't look serious enough for her to exit the game. She's probably motivated to stay in. Ball one, missing inside. Here's the 1-0 from Hickey. Ball gets away, but Kreidler stays put. 2-0. Here's the 2-0. Nice breaking ball. 2-1. That's going to be taken. 2-2. A level count from 2-0 to 2-2. Abby Solt to try to keep the inning alive and extend the advantage. Swing and a miss. Big changeup for a strikeout by Hickey. And that'll end the bottom of the third. Tampa leads 2-0. We're headed to the top of the fourth. We are ready to go for the brand new inning. Leading off is the number 17, Kiara Morris. Morris is one of 3 players with 20 hits or more this season for Florida Southern. She's not going to be able to try to find 21 on that bunt. Had a strikeout early on. She was active in the 3rd inning, but that came to a close with a runner getting caught out on the base path. That's strike 2. Fastball hitting inside. Outside, ball 1. One, 2 on the way. Floated, and that will be dropping over the head of DiMartino. Another bloop single for Florida Southern. That's hit 21 for Morris. So she did get it in this at bat as the count goes back to 0-0. It's now Valencia to the plate. Valencia is the team leader in batting average. That'll be strike 1. Ball 1. McGinnis just missing up high. Fouled. Count goes 1-2. Popped up and foul, still 1-2. One, 2. Hit sharply to short. There's the flip to second. There's the throw to first. Safe. They get 1. They can't turn 2. Good hustle by Valencia. Gets on board with a fielder's choice. Now it'll be Kessler stepping up. Ball 1, missing to start the at-bat. Kessler had a pop out last time. This time sends a deep fly ball into range of Lily Keister. 2 away. Two outs now. Savitt at the plate has a double. And will take strike one, or ball one up high. Fastball just missed the zone. Fly ball to center field. But Keister's there to end the inning. That was hit hard, but not hard enough. One base runner stranded. McGinnis. 4 shutdown innings. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th. DeSimone, DiMartino, and Reynolds due up for the Spartans. Welcome back to the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. DeSimone started the game with an error and later scored as the second base runner. She followed Solt home on the play, where Solt picked up a minor injury. And an error gave Tampa the lead as the count goes 1-0. Hickey's done a good job. Her pitch count's very high, though. 73 pitches to get through 3 innings. She'll be hoping for a cleaner inning this time around. Foul, 1-1. One from Hickey to DeSimone. Missing 2-1. Ball 3. DeSimone in the driver's seat. And the middle infielders on deck for the Spartans. The underclass player duo at the bottom of the lineup. Ready to go. Will they have a base runner? Not yet. 3-2. Count goes full. And it's a leadoff walk for DeSimone. Third walk of the game for the Spartans.
Number 17, McKenna DiMartino.
Runner on for DiMartino. Corner infielders playing very shallow. Here's the bunt. It stays fair. Funny enough, I think if Kessler let it roll by her, it would have been a foul ball. Successful sacrifice for the Spartans. Runner in scoring position with 1 away for Kenzie Reynolds.
Number 20, Kenzie Reynolds.
Swing and fouled by Reynolds. It's 0-1. Reynolds holds up. 1-1. One on the way. Hits the zone. 1-2. Two strikes, one ball to Reynolds. Line drive into right field. That is caught. Tagging up as DeSimone advances towards third. She is safe. So the runner advances. Here comes Lauren Fantone. Top of the order, looking to extend the Spartans' lead. Strike one hits the outside corner. Swing and a miss, 0-2. One more strike and Hickey's out of the jam. Won't get it. 1-2. One, two on the way from Hickey. Gets set and fires. Ball two. Fantone 0 for 2 with a strikeout and ground out. Tipped. Still 2-2. Two on the way. Fantone goes around for strike three, and the side is retired. Another lengthy at bat, but Hickey is able to get to 89 pitches and retire the side. Top of the fifth, Tampa still leads 2-0.
In the late 1920s, the prospect of a Hillsborough High student enrolling in college was bleak. The nation was in the throes of the Great Depression. Businesses were failing, and many of Tampa's beautiful waterfront homes were left abandoned. The principal at Hillsborough High, Frederick Spalding, didn't see these barriers. He only saw bright young students who were in need of a place to continue their learning. In 1931, collegiate-level courses were offered at Hillsborough High. This would later become the University of Tampa. On August 2, 1933, Spalding arrived at the doors of Plant Hall with a 100-year lease from the city and a firm resolve, and with the turn of a key, opened the door to the University of Tampa. In its fledgling years, UT was fortunate if it could collect half of the tuition due from its students. It was only through the dedication of its professors, who worked without pay, that the university survived the Great Depression. Over the next several decades, UT grew slightly, enrolling up to 1,800 at times, starting several sports teams, and even began accepting students from other areas of the country. But in the early 90s, the growth seemed to stand still, even stop. UT needed new life, some passion. UT needed strong leadership.
In 1995,
Gwen McGinnis has been stellar in the circle so far, facing Bushnell, Roden, and Young here in the top of the fifth. Welcome back to the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. First pitch popped up, and that is out number one for Kenzie Reynolds. Popped up. DeSimone tracking. Goes off the dugout. Ball one. Fastball missing up high. Popped up again. It is caught by DeSimone. The previous pop-up went to the dugout. This one stayed in play. 2 quick outs to bring up Young.
Batting box, number 15, Gabby Young.
Down the line and foul. 0-1 now. Young did single back in the 3rd inning. Here comes the 0-1 from McGinnis. 0-2, one more strike, and she gets out of the jam. Oh, 2 lined up the middle, and a second hit for Young. We'll put her on board with 2 away. Lucchesi now has a chance with 2 outs. We'll see if Florida Southern sends her again. She was out on the base path previously. And the Tampa and Florida Southern coach sharing some words together after she was giving Lucchesi a little bit of a pep talk for this at-bat. That's going to be grounded up the middle. DiMartino ends the inning. I have to say, I really do like her and Leslie Cantor sharing some words together. Shows that even in rivalry games, the beef isn't super serious. We'll be right back. Bottom of the 5th.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Spartans, number 3, Lily Keister.
Hickey will face off against Keister, Kreidler, and Galehouse. At the end of the inning, we saw something cool between Coach Cantor and the Mocs head coach, Mo Triner, over at third base. The two shared a laugh together as the inning came to a close. As we continue the start of the rivalry series between Florida Southern and U Tampa. That'll be a leadoff single. Keister gets one down in left field. Her second hit of the day. She's close to getting above a 400 batting average again. Kreidler, Galehouse due up. Now with a runner aboard.
Number 18, Kenna Kreidler.
Don't think Tampa will try to steal the base runner. Kreidler takes ball one down low. Kreidler has drawn 2 walks today against Hickey. And gets ahead 1-0 to start again. Runner goes as it's dropped. Keister in safely. A runner in scoring position for the Spartans as the count goes 1-1. A quick conference in the circle. Doesn't look like they're going to the bullpen, but they do have someone, I think, getting ready. 91 pitches for Hickey entering this at bat. Her next one will be number 94. It has been a long day. Needs 6 more outs, at least, to complete her outing. It is not going to be easy. She'll get the green light to continue, though. Do imagine she might be a little tired, as this has been a long outing. And it's showing no signs of slowing down. Strike 1 hitting the outside part. Strike 2 hitting the outside part of the plate. One thing that's pretty cool is that some teams that are going to be playing in the FIFA Club World Cup might be at some Sunshine State Conference schools for training for the events as the count goes 2-2. Back to second. Keister in safely. Boca Juniors, I believe, will be warming up with their training sites at Barry University. Man City will be playing at Lynn University for their training sites in Boca Raton. Pretty cool little interesting news thing for soccer fans. The ball gets away. And that actually, I think, hit Kenna Kreidler. Or no, that was ball 4. The scoreboard was behind. 2 on, no one out. Here comes Mariah Galehouse.
Up next for New Tampa, number 21, Mariah Galehouse.
No one out for Galehouse as she is ready to go. Strike 1. Galehouse falling behind the count. One away, 2 aboard. Galehouse down the line, base hit. That'll score a run as Keister is going to make it home. Play at third. Safe. Narrowly avoided the tag. Kreidler and Galehouse in scoring position, an RBI double for Mariah Galehouse. 3-0 Spartans lead. Perfectly hit ground ball down the line.
Spartans, number 33, Alexa Russo.
So Hickey ready to go with her 98th pitch. Sorry, that's actually pitch 100. And now it's 4-0, 5-0 Spartans lead. 2 RBI single for Alexa Russo. Tampa with a 5-run lead. And looks like there will be a pinch hitter, and we might have a pinch pitcher as well. Winters enters the game at the plate. I imagine she'll stay in the game in the circle potentially. Wonder if that'll be it for Gwen McGinnis. Maybe Gwen McGinnis could be lined up for a second game tomorrow. Has 5 shutout innings. But actually, this is just a conference in the circle for Florida Southern. Hickey staying in the game. Winters stepping up. She is batting 111 in 36 at-bats this year. Well, we'll get a chance to enter the game with Abby Solt. Now taking a breather the rest of the day, I imagine, from the injury. Devin Hammond's in the game at first base. She is going to pinch run for Alexa Russo. Picked up at third. Throw to second. They get no. I was going to say they get one, but they haven't. And Winters, a pinch hit, fielder's choice. She gets on board. DeSimone ready to go with 2 on and no one out. Tampa's offense on fire so far in the bottom of the 5th. Squares up for a bunt. Roden blocks it. 1-0. Hickey now with 102 pitches on the day. Perfect bunt from DeSimone. Close play at first. Out by half a step. 1 away, 2 aboard for DiMartino. Perfectly placed sacrifice bunt.
So it should be 6 hits.
DeSimone takes inside for ball 1. Just hits the corner, 1-1. Tipped foul, and the count goes 1-2. One, two on the way from Hickey to DiMartino. Swing and a miss. 2 away now as DiMartino goes down swinging. And now it is Winters with 2 outs and 2 in scoring position. Tampa already leads 5-0. Winters grounds that foul, and it'll be 0-1 to start up. Oh, 1 on the way. Reynolds grounds that up the middle. Picked up at short. She is out by a full step. And the side is retired. 3-run score for the Spartans. We're headed to the top of the 6th. 5-run lead, Tampa. Michael leads off for Florida Southern. Brand new inning underway here at Tampa's Namoli Family Stadium. Fly ball into center field. Caught by Winters, ranging all the way back. One away. Russo at third, DiMartino at short, Reynolds at second, and DeSimone at first. Keister, Fantone, Galehouse all in the outfield. We did see Hammonds enter the game for Russo, but that change has been reverted for the brand new frame as there's strike one. McGinnis stays in the circle. We saw Winters with a pinch hit appearance, but McGinnis gets a green light to continue to try to go for a complete game shutout. Inside, ball one. Morris was able to pull away the bunt just in time, singled back in the fourth inning. Ishii going for a bunt again. Ball two, close, but didn't get the zone. Gwen McGinnis has had the opposite problems of Hickey, whose pitch count has been incredibly high. McGinnis only at 57 now as the count goes 3-1. So a bit of a big gust of wind has blown through Tampa. That's going to be strike two as the count goes full. And we've got the payoff pitch. Popped up and foul. If that big gust of wind had came back, that probably would have blown the softball back into the field of play. Still 3-2. Looking ahead, the doubleheader continues. The series tomorrow between Tampa and Florida Southern. It starts at 1 p.m. Foul down the line. This is a pretty young batting lineup for Florida Southern. They've got 5 underclassmen. Michael, Morris, Savitt, Young, and Lucchesi. They've also got 2 seniors and a junior. Well, 3 seniors and a junior for their upperclassmen. As we stay at a full count from McGinnis to Morris, who is a freshman. Popped up. This one should stay in play. Russo makes the catch. 2 away in the top of the 6th. That'll bring up Valencia. Ball one, missing low and away. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Valencia was almost caught on a double play last time around. Still got aboard, though. Beat the throw for a fielder's choice. That gets down for a base hit. Galehouse there to prevent extras. And no, they called it foul. I'm always a fan of when Tampa gets a call to go their way, but that one should have been a fair ball, I think. 1-2 coming up for Valencia. That looked like it was just over the line. Well, we'll go again. 2 strikes, and as Wayne mentions, can't fight City Hall. Ball 2. I was about to say strike 3 a little bit early. 2-2 count now for Valencia. Ball 3. Payoff pitch on the way for Gwen McGinnis. We'll go again, another payoff pitch on the way. That one landed in the bullpen, which I believe is empty for Florida Southern. They've had people stretching and tossing. Question will be if we see the 77 back out for the bottom of the 6th. Popped up. DiMartino makes the catch. And the side is retired. Couple of long at-bats, but McGinnis avoids the danger, going 1, 2, 3. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. Last chance for the Spartans to extend the lead. Here we go with a brand new inning, bottom of the 6th. And staying in the game is Hickey. She just ran over to the dugout to give something to one of the coaches. Base is empty for the Spartans as we get underway. Top of the order, Fantone, Keister, Kreidler ready to go. Although I believe Tampa's running some pinch hitting changes here. That's going to be strike 1. So, change in the batting order for the Spartans. They have brought in the 24 of Emma Sick. Sick is 3 for 5 this season. Foul will make it 0-2. Hickey's pitch count is 111. Number 112 could get her out number 1. Floated, and that'll get down. Sick improves to 4 for 6 on the season. A stellar start to her Spartan tenure. Keister ready to go now. She's 2 for 3 today, and they're going to give her a chance to continue. Her batting average is now at a level 400 for the 2025 season. 38 hits in 95 tries. Gets the bunt down, but foul, 0-1. The bunt gets down. Will be a close play at first. Dropped. Keister on safely. Was bobbled by Lucchesi. 2 on, no one out for the Spartans. Here comes Kreidler, staying in the game.
Are you the one that writes the reports on the website? Not all of them.
Here comes the heart of the Spartans order with no outs and 2 aboard. Hickey's pitch account up to 114.
Yep. I was the one who put form on the sheet that we send to the other schools. Okay. Actually, it was right.
Ball 1 taken down low.
That's great how to say it. Never asking a player again.
The trio of Kreidler, Galehouse, and Russo were combined 2 for 6 today. Kreidler has drawn 3 walks today. That's going to be ball 2, missing outside. 2-0 count from Hickey to Kreidler. Ball 3. That gets away. Both runners advance. See if Kreidler keeps the bat on her shoulder. Will she get on for the 4th time today via the free pass? Hickey's pitch count at 117. Galehouse on deck, but maybe you'll do like the force out of the situation. And ball 4. Congratulations to Kenna Kreidler, the first Spartan player to draw 4 walks in one game ever. So she has just set a Spartan team record for walks in a game with 4 walks, and Hickey will finally be done on the circle. She went the distance, but I think the gas tank was already on empty. They'll make a call to the bullpen. We'll be right back with more action on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
The satisfaction of investing in the life.
So here we go with a brand new at bat for Mariah Galehouse. She'll be Des Aitken's first opponent from the bullpen. Aitken's making her 20th appearance to try to get out of a bases loaded jam with no one out. Definitely don't envy the situation for Aitken. Hickey done after 118 pitches, 7 hits, 5 runs, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts over 5 innings. Pinch runner at first base, Kreidler exits the game after setting the Spartan walks record with 4 in one game. Now at first, as there's strike 1, I think that's the 14 of Watterson. 0-1 to Galehouse, who's 1 for 3 today. But impressive plate discipline for Kreidler, extending her lead at the top of the Spartans lineup with 25 walks on the season. Line drive by Galehouse. That will get down to score a run. It is 6-0 U Tampa. Still bases loaded for Alexa Russo. Sick makes it home. She had a pinch hit single and now scores as a runner. That's her second time scoring a run as a base runner this season. Russo 1 for 3 today, now facing off against the new arm. It is Des Aitken for the first pitch, fouled away. By the way, it's Des Aitken on the mound, in the circle. Pitching change. Des Aitken. Yeah, same for the last stats.
Morgan saw the P card, or did you get taken away?
Got it back. It got suspended. We'll have to put it in after.
0-1 for Des Aitken. Popped up, it's 0-2.
Right again, there was a pitching change when we logged the hours. Before the start of the game, or after Kreidler's. I know, because you're usually going to get here early, so I'm not.
0-2 count to Russo with 1 away.
I wasn't sure if it started the game.
Or with no one out, actually. Fouled. Still 0-2.
I heard he
Tampa with a chance to give McGinnis the complete game a little bit early. But can Russo convert? It will be the question. Hit sharply to second. They'll get the force at first. 7-0 Spartans lead. An RBI ground out for Alexa Russo. One away, and that'll bring up Winters for the second time today, with 2 in scoring position. First pitch from Aitken. Strike taken on the outside corner, 0-1. Winters had a fielder's choice in her previous plate appearance. And she'll pop this one backwards. That's going to land off the netting into the seats. That went very high to get behind the net. Oh, 2 on the way for Winters. Kate DeSimone's on deck. Won't be replaced. One and 2, good takedown low. Aitken continuing in the circle, the number 66. Line drive into left field. That'll get down. And as one run scores, the second one will follow. It doesn't matter. It's a sayonara single. Game 1 comes to a close in the bottom of the 6th. Tampa wins 8-0. Winters won't get 2 RBI on the play. All Tampa needed to win via run rule was 1. So Tampa takes 1 game already of the rivalry series. If that was caught, it would have scored as a sacrifice play, but it drops for a Winters base hit. A great day at the plate for the Spartans. 3 RBIs for Russo, 2 RBIs for Galehouse. A team all-time record of 4 walks for Kenna Kreidler. McGinnis, 6 innings, 3 strikeouts, a shutout in the circle. McGinnis improves to 12-0 for 2025. A Herculean effort for Kayla Hickey. She falls to 3-7, done after 118 pitches. Wasn't the greatest of days for her, but she battled for a long time until she ran out of gas at the very end. Aitken couldn't close the door in the bottom of the 6th, but I imagine we'll see her tomorrow, and we definitely will see the Mocs back here at Namole Family Stadium tomorrow starting at 1 p.m. Florida Southern will be looking to turn around the 5-game losing streak. They're now 7-27. Tampa improves to 30-1, 26 wins in a row. The Spartans stay on fire. How long can they keep this up? Hope to see you tomorrow in the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. I'm Taylor Storthy signing off. We'll see you next time for more Spartan softball. Final score, Tampa 8, Florida Southern nothing. McGinnis.